All right. So, um, the question, the question, what is? There we go. Got my pen going. All right. The question is, why can't you see what I'm writing on this? That's one of the questions. There we go. So, can a bad artist make better art than AI? This is the question we'll be asking. And I'm going to use myself as a test subject. This all stems from a discussion that arose from the website Reddit. Oh boy, Reddit. Why do I go on Reddit? Who fucking knows? I can't. I basically just can't stop myself. It's a sickness. So I was perusing a kind of a. It was a subreddit I originally thought may have been a little more radical, but it's kind of a shitlib type of place. A little bit Democrat pilled, maybe some radical liberals, but you know, in my view, if you're a radical liberal, you're not woke. You haven't woken up yet. Because you still think of yourself as opposition to conservatism, which is bad. I mean, not to be opposed to it. Conservatism is bad, but you're just playing the same game. You're playing by all the same rules in the same game. You're all anti-communist, anti-leftist, pro-capitalist, and whatever, you know, defeating of the Republicans you think you might be able to do is going to be completely at the expense of actual justice and progress in our society. So if you love the status quo, but you really hate Trump, I guess you're like, ooh, I'm a bad boy. I'm part of the resistance. But you're not fucking woke and you don't get it. So, case in point, let's talk about this. So this was a really popular little posting here. Got a lot of upvotes, a lot of updoots. 24,000. 24,000 doots on this. And as we see here, it's an AI picture, and then the headline says, "Clever migrant wears the Epstein files to hide from the Trump administration." And here we said, "I don't see anything." Okay. And so, first of all, why does this suck? Let's bring this into Krita and kind of just look at it for a minute. I'm going to just copy and paste it into Krita, and we could sort of give it a little analysis. Let's close that down. All right. So, what about this sucks? Let's start with this. I don't see anything. Okay. Why would you say I don't see anything? I mean, so the idea is that the migrant is wearing the Epstein files here. This guy, I mean, this is AI. They don't AI doesn't care or know about things like sight lines, lines of sight. So, like an artist, when they depict a character being in a place and directing their eyes at something, they would be looking, our artists are able to do that. Now, from what I can tell, this eye is really hard to tell, but it's closed, but it sort of seems like he's got this eye kind of half closed, right? He's got a droopy eye. This eye, it's a little more clear. There's the pupil, there's the arch. The cop is looking this direction, right? So he's not looking at the guy covered with Epstein files. He's looking past him, and he's saying, I don't see anything. Which would be a weird thing to say if you get out of your van and you're like, okay, let's go look for people. Let's go look for migrants. Here we are in the city. And then for him to say, I don't see anything. Now, it maybe would make sense if he's looking here. Right? If his eyes were actually directed at the person, then that maybe would make sense for him to say, I don't see anything. So that's just like one of the first things that bugs me about that. It's like, what? The fucking eye lines don't make sense. Also, just putting this text here, I don't see anything. It's kind of ugly. Kind of a basic ass font. Kind of just plastered over. Kind of covering this other guy's face. Obscuring part of it. I don't know. I might put it above the head or something. But this is not the kind of thing. This is breaking news, right? So the idea is that this is captured by some kind of photojournalist and put as breaking news, right? When have you ever seen breaking news that would have like a caption of what the person in the video or in the picture is thinking / saying, right? So it's just weird. It's just sloppy. The line of sight. All right. Other problem. Who the fuck is this? All clad in black with some sort of, I guess that's a rifle. It looks really weird. It's black on black on black on black. No insignias or anything. Have you ever seen ICE agents dressed like this? Because in my experience, from seeing them, they're usually kind of sloppy. You got like an ill-fitting flak jacket. You got the let's just peruse through some. What do ICE agents dress like? A lot of blue jeans, a lot of baseball caps. Police ice. They almost always have something that says on their uniform, federal agents. There's no standard. A lot of flannel, I notice. Flannel's a popular choice. Blue jeans, popular choice. That tiny jacket, right? So when I see something like this, I don't think ICE agent. Now we know it is ICE because we can see the van in the back. I don't think they ever did they ever write ICE with periods in between? I points S or C point E. Now they don't really say that. It's usually just ICE, ICE, all caps, no periods. Let's see. ICE vehicles. If ICE vehicles are oh, these are pretty cool ICE vehicles. Fuck yeah. ICE police. ICE agent. Okay, they're just cop cars. ICE police van. What do their vans look like? Some of them look like ice cream trucks because fuck you. Yeah, they're fascists, so they'll just kind of do whatever they want. I know I've seen they'll come out of U-Haul trucks, shit like that. They'll get your ass. They like to be clandestine, so it's unmarked. Unmarked agent. So a lot of times, yeah, it's just like a brown minivan, something like that, a pure white van. Homeland Security investigations. All right, so that's a few examples. The uniforms are wrong. The cops are wrong. The eye line is wrong. The van is wrong. So those are just a few of the things. And like, this is like the idea, like this was AI generated. So somebody put in a prompt to try to get this. And maybe they wanted them all clad in black with full ski masks. Fine. But they're not going to get so detailed as to like getting correct eye lines. So the joke is that if a migrant, and we'll get to these in a second, but if a migrant is being pursued by ICE, but he's clad in Epstein files, these ICE agents will not see them. They'll be invisible. Okay. What is the butt of the joke? The butt of the joke is obviously Trump. He's in the Epstein files. So they don't want to show them. Does that mean that they pretend not to see them if they were? Okay, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I thought that they wanted to keep the files secret and hidden. So in this reality, has this migrant found the Epstein files and has now exposed them? Or is he clad in documents that are just meant to look like the Epstein files? Like these are kind of like the things that like an AI can't ever consider or think about. They're just going to plop it out. So if you said a man wearing Epstein files. So let's get to that. These pieces of paper, these are Epstein files. How are the agents meant to know that? Like, what is it about Epstein files that caused this guy to become invisible? Or to the point where I suppose what they mean is the ICE agents will say, oh, those are Epstein files. We better just look away because the boss told us that they're that they don't exist, that they're not real. What's meant to be understood with this? The joke really kind of breaks down with the logic, right? If you think about this too much, it stops making sense. Now, there's another problem with this. Clever migrant. A reason I want to talk about this. Let's read these comments. Cuz the comments on this are so Willa662, he says a perfectly good comment here. He says, don't push bullshit AI images on here, man. He's got 271 upvotes. Is that the top? I don't think it's the top vote. This is just the one I pulled out. Don't post bullshit AI images on here, man. Abrupt Mango replies, AI, yes. Bullshit? Willis says, if it's an AI generated photo, it's automatically bullshit. And I tend to agree. I mean, I guess there's some slim hypothetical possibility where I'd say, oh, maybe it's not bullshit, but I can't think of one. Because where does AI art come from? It comes from real artists. It's stolen. It's just stolen, regenerated, and shat out. It's not good. If an artist wanted to execute this same joke with the same like headline here, clever migrant wears Epstein files to hide from Trump administration, I feel like they could compose a better scene. What kind of art? I don't know, a photographer? They could get actors to pose for this picture, right? Any sort of drawing artist could just draw it. It could be a cartoon. It could be as simple as just black on white, like a New Yorker cartoon. It could be fully colored and rendered with different styles. But the composition itself would be better because they could do things like fix the eye lines or, you know, I don't know, make it more obvious that those are Epstein files, right? Like, maybe have it look like files. Like, files are big yellow manila envelopes, right? Maybe have like a file with the word Epstein on it, and then maybe like paperclip to the outside of that famous picture of Trump and Epstein together, right? If we see that, we'd be like, oh, that's the Epstein files. And then you could make a guy like hiding in it. Maybe he's peeking out through the file, or maybe he's like wearing it like a mascot costume and you can just see his face poking through. I mean, there's all kinds of creative ways you might execute that. And an artist who is thoughtful enough to, you know, compose a picture could do that. So here's where we get to the argument. So this guy, Hi See You, says, are you kidding? This is precisely the kind of content that AI is great at generating. It's a clear image that would take a comparatively enormous amount of time to create from scratch in Photoshop or whatever. It's important, it's funny, it's clear in its imagery, and not hurting a single artist in its creation. And not hurting. I presume that's a typo. And it's not hurting. I think these what he meant to say. Okay. Now, I've already replied to this person, but I could say more. What does he say is precisely the kind of content that AI is great at generating? Clear image, important, funny, and then reiterates that it's clear in its imagery, and that it's not hurting anyone. It's not hurting anyone. Okay. So, we know that AI-generated art is stolen from real artists. So, whatever. You might say, in your opinion, stealing someone's work is not harming them or hurting them, or a combination of the two, which I call hurtming them. Harming and hurting. But I disagree. It's harming artists. It's a clear image. Is it? if this didn't have the caption here, would you know what the fuck this was? Because from a distance, I mean, that looks like a weird scaly, like it looks like someone wearing a kind of like weird kind of scale jacket or something. Like it looks like a pangolin. It's not really obvious that those are sheets of paper. And if they are sheets of paper, how are we meant to know that those are the Epstein files? Where did this migrant find the Epstein files? And again, it's so unclear as an image that they had to write on top of it, I don't see anything, right? Because instead of making the guy look at the Epstein files, and then, I don't know, honestly, the whole concept maybe would be better as like a multi-panel comic. If it's like, anyone in here? And then you can show the guys clearly looking at the Epstein files and then turning around saying, nope, nothing in here, keep going. That would be a little more clear in the imagery. And then we wouldn't even need this headline here. Clever migrant, right? A good artist would be able to depict all of that information through the imagery, right? They'd be able to make it like, oh yeah, I don't even need to read that. I just see what happened and then say, oh yeah, they're hiding behind the Epstein files because, you know, they don't want to admit it's there. So I disagree that it's a clear image. It would take a comparatively enormous amount of time to create from scratch in Photoshop or whatever. So comparatively enormous, is that because like, you know, this can render in like 7.2 seconds because it's a fucking AI blah, 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 blah? I mean, I don't think so. Like, I don't know. Every artist works at different paces. It can depend a lot on the scale of the work. How much in depth do they want to go? If someone wanted to make this in Photoshop and they didn't have like any reference images and they drew everything themselves, yeah, might take an hour, maybe a couple hours. Depends on how fast and rushed they are. Depends on how urgent. The people have to see this fucking shit post. We need it now. We can't wait an hour. I gotta use stable diffusion instead because it'll be ready in 7 seconds. If this meme is late, it's not gonna be funny anymore. So I don't know. This doesn't necessarily. It is sort of. I would say this is like topical for 2025 when we have the rising of these police ICE raids and ICE presence. Although it's definitely not a uniquely new thing. It's just in scale bigger and more happening now. This shit was happening under George Bush. This shit was happening under Bill Clinton. This shit was happening under Obama. This shit was happening in Trump's first term, and it was happening in Biden's term in between Trump's terms, right? Now, yeah, it is scaled up. It's happening way more crazy, but this is not some brand new thing. Fucking Epstein files. Dude, we were talking about Trump and Clinton and Epstein in fucking 2016. I thought that was going to be the news that hit and fucking knocked both Clinton and Trump out of the race. You know? How naive I was. It would take a comparatively enormous amount of time. Okay, there's a lot of work in that word comparatively. Yeah, you're talking seconds versus 1 to 3 hours, maybe, of an artist's time. Um, Here's where I really, really have a problem. It's important. Really. This shitpost is important. I mean, okay, it got 24,000 updates. I guess that's really important. Ooh, look, it got awards. Got 2 awards. Wow. In fact, let's see the top comment. I think the top comments loved it. He will never be found in that camouflage. Oh! Oh, wait. I think it's a bad idea. They'll find him, take him in, and never release him. Oh, get it? Because they don't release files, and also they disappear people. So, one thing that's starting to peek through is that the migrants who are scared for their fucking lives are just kind of being used as sort of the medium of this joke to try to just take shots at Trump for being a fucking pedophile Jeffrey Epstein guy, which he is. Trump is a rapist pedophile and a Nazi, and he's orange, and they're making people disappear. They're arresting. They're disrupting people's lives for no other reason than their own fucking white supremacy and hatred, right? But we're just going to kind of use that as a sort of way to take a little jab at Trump not wanting to release the files, right? Next comment says, hard to be shittier or more hypocritical American than a Republican these days. Okay. Sweetie, that was true all along since the days of Newt Gingrich. Oh. Yeah, okay. It's very rad lib coded. Just very like, that's not American. That's un-American. Kind of coded. Okay, finally, the third comment. Let's not fall to their level by using AI. Shit sucks. Yeah. It kind of reminds me of the Tooth Child from Channel Zero. Fire with fire, but this us literally satirical. It's funny. That guy got 11 upvotes. This guy agrees, says, yes, only Republicans use AI. When y'all gonna stop villainizing people on your side for the most arbitrary shit? Oh, wait, maybe he's being sarcastic. I'm over here from Sweden. Social democrat with 2 immigrant parents, and I use AI to make shitpost rage bait for my group chat. I'm not going to pay some loser to make a dub brain rot meme. Google is shit, so I use ChatGPT when I want. Let's not stoop to their level by not respecting what tool people use to express themselves. You a dumbo. Okay, cool. I don't know. Does anyone ever wonder why, like, why leftists fucking hate liberals? Because, like, I don't know. I don't have to break that down to show you how fucking infuriatingly stupid that is, right? I use AI to make shitpost rage bait for my group chat. Shitpost rage bait. Express myself. Need I say anything? Okay, this wasn't even the point. This was not the thread that I got into the argument with the guy with. But I tend to agree with this guy. I disagree with all the little people clapping back on it. This guy says, oh yes, let's continue to lose the propaganda war. Token internet girl, you'll win the propaganda war by being human, not giving into these things that make us inhuman. Yeah, good point. Corporate Shill says, that's what they said last October too, and look where it got us. Oh my fucking God. This guy says, seriously, this post is a great example of chaos being used for good. So, such a general theme of like people thinking that this post has done good. This is important. This does good. It's shitpost rage bait. How can we beat fascism without shitpost rage bait? You guys? This is fucking brain rotted. This whole idea, like, oh my God, if we don't have shitpost rage bait, then, well, golly, I guess we're just gonna lose the culture war. I hope you lose the culture war. Every one of these motherfuckers deserves to be on the losing side of a culture war. Squiggity64, my brother's an ICE agent and makes beautiful AI art. Is he valid? Yeah, absolutely. So valid. Throw their own AI shitty art at them. Why not? Oh, that's a great point. Throw the art at them. You threw it right back at them. So what is this meme gonna do? I guess the idea is like, oh my God, dude, when these Trump stands see this, they're gonna what? They're gonna fucking freak out? What are they gonna do? Are they gonna start crying? Are they gonna like rethink their position? Are they gonna join the resistance? Are they gonna join the rad libs? What about the ones who don't give a fuck about migrants and are like the fucking far right guys who are against Trump, like the Nick Fuentes troop kind of side of things? They're anti-Trump. They're never Trump Republicans. They're fully fucking fascist. Just because they're against Trump doesn't mean they're anti-fascist, right? What are they gonna think when they see this great quote shit post rage bait? Is it gonna melt their little hearts and they're gonna find they're gonna suddenly their heart grows 3 sizes and they discover their empathy for migrants? I mean, this is, the more I think about it and look at it, this is fucking insulting. It's an insult. It's making light of the literal like terror and fear from that's being felt by migrants. And it's like, oh, let's just use them for a joke. All right, so the third to top comment's fine. The next one, this is the one we're looking at. Don't post bullshit AI images on here, man. Agree, Willow. Hi, see you, and his response. So let's look at what I said. I wrote this response here because Hi, see you just kind of broke my will to keep my mouth shut. And he says, this is precisely the kind of content AI is great at generating. I said, this post looks like shit. And it's not important. It'd be better if a real artist made it. It wouldn't take much time. A few hours. Sure, slower than an AI, but it's not like this shit is terribly urgent. The photorealism is completely unnecessary to get the point across. And an actual artist would be creative enough to depict the ICE agents as not spotting the guy instead of just lazily slapping white text that says, I don't see anything. They also made the ICE agents look way more cool and professional than they really are. Wear the ill-fitting flak jackets and flannel shirts and baseball caps. The, quote, Epstein files are so bizarrely attached to this form and obviously illegible that it requires reading the headline to understand that those are pieces of paper and not just that's a migrant hiding under them, instead of looking like some kind of creature with giant scales. If an artist cared enough about making this joke and shitposting it as if it's important, she would. Instead, we get this shit-ass AI that took zero effort and way too much literal energy. All right, I got 27 updates for that, which is great because this guy only got 9. All right. Now this guy didn't argue about he was just arguing with the last line when I say it took way too much literal energy. This person dropped a link to a Nature article that said the carbon emissions of writing and illustrating are lower for AI than humans. Our findings reveal that AI systems emit between 130 and 150 times less CO2 per page of text generated compared to human writers, while AI illustration systems emit between 310 to 2,900 times less CO2. I don't know. I don't really fucking care. I don't know if I believe these numbers. And it wasn't really the major part of my point. Less CO2 per page of text generated. Okay, it's saying per page. So, I don't know. I understand that AI tends to pump out like gobs and gobs and gobs of garbage. So, if in the time that an artist, I guess a digital artist using their computer to make a piece of art, in the time that they make one page of art, the AI would have made 200,000 pages of art, right? So maybe the per page is the same. I don't know if that actually means to the entire output. Whatever. For me, that's not the super important part. This last paragraph says, especially as AI diffusion models become more efficient, AI will simply be the most energy efficient way to produce images of most kinds. You'd actually be harming the environment by choosing to use a comparatively wasteful human over an optimized data center. Yeah. Just a stupid fucking point. Like, nobody needs images like this. Like, God damn it. All right, this is the guy I want to argue with, because this was the OP, the guy I replied to when I said this post looks like shit. Hi, see you. He says, lol, love how you say it wouldn't take much time, as if a few hours of an artist's time is completely worthless when they could be making art that actually makes them money. Ooh, dude, you could be making money right now. Are you not making money? Are you sitting here watching this stream when you could literally be out there making money right now? God dang. What the hell? Why aren't you hustling? Bro, there's 24 fucking hours in a day, dude. How much time are you gonna waste when you could be out there making money? There are professional artists who that's their day job. They get commissions and they sit and they make art for money. Sure. But that is in no way like the majority of art that gets made. Especially not like shit posts, memes. Like, people make those and they do it for fun. They do that at the same time. By the way, I don't know if Nature wants to study this, but how much energy does an artist drawing on Krita on their computer for an hour, how does that compare to someone watching YouTube for an hour? I have a feeling you're using exactly the same amount of energy. Just having your fucking computer on and your screen going and your speakers going. So whatever. If a post isn't making anyone money, why should it be an artist who makes it? If a post isn't making anyone money, why should it be an artist who makes it? How much do you think AI images cost? It's literally a couple cents per generation. Everything about what you said is dumb and untrue. Oh, fuck. Everything that I said was dumb and untrue. Okay. I mean, it might have been dumb, but I don't think it was untrue. I mean, I don't think I really like cooked that poster as much as I wanted to. I already wrote like fucking a wall of text, so it's like I have to draw the line somewhere. I have to stop at some point. All right. If the post isn't making anyone money, why should it be an artist who makes it? I mean, I don't know about you, but I have things called hobbies. And one hobby that, I don't know, I think it's fairly popular. It's called art. It's called making stuff. I mean, this high CU person might be surprised to learn this, but people kind of like to do shit sometimes, even if they don't get money for it. Like people will go outside and throw the baseball back and forth. They literally get no money for doing that. Yet they do it. Why can't we get a robot that'll just throw the baseball instead? That's a great idea. Instead of going outside and playing catch, we can get a robot, and they'll throw the ball perfectly into the mitt every single time. You could probably get like 700 times the efficiency of throwing a baseball. That way you could just stay inside and let the robot throw the baseball. Because if you're not going to get paid for it, what the fuck is the point of going outside and playing a game of catch? Right? Do you know what? I haven't got paid to ever play with my cat. You know, my cat needs stimulation. They, grab the string, slapping him on the butt and giving him little rubs and playing around with him. I never get paid for doing that. So, it'd be great. We should have AI do that for me. Should get a robot that'll play with my cat. Because why the fuck would I want to do it? They're not paying me for it. Nobody's paying me anything for that. How much do they pay you to go skiing? You know, when people go and they ski down a hill, how much do they get paid for doing that? Oh, for real? They straight up paid to do it? Bro, that's ridiculous. We could build robots that could ski down that hill 87,000 times a day. That way we don't need a skier to fucking waste his time doing that. We can already get something to ski down the mountain. Why should an artist make any art if they're not paid for it? This is so fucking stupid. And I'm glad he's got -1, because if anyone cared to read that, and they have half of a brain, and they think for half a second how fucking stupid that is. I should have went at this guy harder. I wanted to say, are you fucking dumb? But here's what my response was. I quoted him saying, or her, or them, saying, why should it be an artist who makes it? And here's my response. I never said a professional artist. I said if an artist cared enough to make this shit post, then she would make it and it would look better. Everything about what you said is just dumb and untrue. And here's where this is where I was getting really attacking. I said, right back at you, buddy. Your arguments are just as dog shit as the AI image we're discussing. All right. That was 2 days ago. And I thought it was left at that. Okay? 3 hours ago, High CU comes back and he says, show me an artist who could make this and have it look, quote unquote, better. This is when I really wanted to just write, are you fucking dumb, dude? What do you mean, show me an artist that could make this? What the fuck are you talking about? Have you ever seen art? Have you ever seen art? What? I don't know if this dude's ever seen art before. Did you know that people can fucking make art? Holy shit. Friendly noodles on acrylic. Cats riding a bus. Fantastic composition. Great colors. Love the personality in the eye. Love the variety that you see the cat species. Well, got the little backpack on. Ooh, look at that. The art and the artist. Little kitty scratch. That was done by the... That's a really nice looking cat. All painted. What is this on? Oil on canvas. Fucking lovely. Okay, so Raphael Beckel could do that. Friendly Noodles could do it. Who else could do that? Oh, this is cool. I like the fucking style here. Snackies, Juice Brand. Made in Photoshop. So this is a digital art, right? Really cool. Really cool. It's really simple blobs and shapes. I love this kind of shit. I'm not like a line art. I mean, good line art is beautiful, of course, but there's something I really like about just the smudges of colors, different colors and different values that can, get something together. This style would look fucking amazing. Trying to, making this same joke. Now we've talked about the conceptual problems I have with this, right? But with this joke, it's not a good joke. It doesn't make sense, and it's basically using the fear and terror of actual migrants, non-citizens, and just straight people of color who are, even whether they're citizens or not of the U.S., are fucking terrified. And let's just make light of it to jab at Trump over something that we've known about for 9 to 10 years already. But this artist, Juiced Brand, had they wanted to, could have fucking knocked this out of the park. And it would have looked amazing. Mouth of Krisha, Albanian Cabrera pigments, Japanese Gampi paper, and gold leaf. Yeah. Fucking gold leaf. Now, I don't think they would probably want to waste all their gold leaf on or their oil paints or an actual canvas on making a fucking shitpost political joke. Refuse, resist, revolt. Sarah Pagliaro. These are very cool wolves. They've got sort of that Chinese dragon energy. Nice sharp teeth. Beautiful kind of line work there. Also, something that is completely lost on people who do art with text in it is the fucking typeset. This is fucking Times New Roman, white. I mean, whatever. It's just so fucking basic. It's not something an artist would make. Maria Franz. This is also digital, kind of a pencil on paper look. Fucking cool. Look at that perspective. Look at that foreshortening. right? You see how the hand is bigger because it's closer to the screen? So they make it bigger. And this one's smaller. It gives it sense of depth. The background a little blurrier, and this is more in focus. And the very front here goes a little bit out of focus. It's fucking dope. Fucking awesome. This artist, Maria Franz, could do a better job at making this shitpost if she chose to. Now, I can understand why she might not want to, because artists tend to be, I don't know, thoughtful. They tend to, like, not make shitty jokes at the expense of people in real danger, especially because they might actually, because it takes longer than 7 seconds, they might kind of think about it for a while and then decide not to do it. Okay, Frog at a Vase, Light Draconis. This was done on Procreate, another digital art program. Fucking adorable. Look at that little guy. Look at the little frog in the vase. It's not photorealistic, but it's realistic looking. It's very obvious. It's very clear. What was the thing? Clear in its intention. I like how, like, this was the guy, ICU was trying to, I don't know, talk kind of like all arty art or something. And what did he say? It's a clear image. It's clear in its imagery. It's clear in its imagery. You don't think fucking Light Draconis could be clear in their imagery? It's so clear. It is what it is. That's a vase. That's a cute little froggy frog. There's a button on the side. There's a little flower coming out. There's a ribbon coming out. There's a doily hanging over the edge. Ooh, sculpture. Hey, someone could sculpt the entire scene. Girl portrait, Express Lab. Yeah, Express Lab 3769. They've got the skills. I know they do. They could make it. Look at that. Eye lines. Both eyes are looking in the same direction. Wow. Oakspell by Arenthal. Self-portrait photography. It's amazing. Ooh, another sculpture one. Pretty cool, pretty cool, pretty cool. Oh, this is anime style. Oh my god, we didn't even think about anime style. They could... So many. Oh, Rockwell style. Look at this. Oh, it is Rockwell. Norman Rockwell. Norman Rockwell could do it. Show me a single artist. What does he say? Show me an artist who could make this and have it look better. Should I just show him Norman Rockwell? Rockwell could fucking do it. Dust by Laser. Digital. This is cool too, man. This is like kind of like that other one where it's just paint. Digital paint. But the use of different colors. Look, this is such a cool composition, man. It's the light and the dark. It's kind of got this you know, half and half sort of medium to it. It's great. There's a lot of, there's personality. There's character in this. Really cool with the light coming through and the shadow. Into the Void. Acrylics. Valencet. Valencet could do better. Beautiful. Metallic watercolors. God damn, that's cool. Really sick. I mean, literally any one of these artists. There we go. That's the... Hey, talk about topical. The cute Coldplay couple, right? That was in the news a couple weeks back. This is a great style. This looks like political cartoon style, right? Highly colored. I wonder how long this took them. Did they say in the comments? I bet it was comparatively longer than a, AI. I really appreciate the drawing style of the hands because fuck drawing hands. Yeah, that's true. The hands genuinely made me question AI, but I saw this and that makes sense. Those hands are nightmarish. You really nailed her eyes. She looks terrible in the video. Unflattering video. Yeah, the eyes are great. And hands suck. Hands are hard. Okay, he says, first of all, to be clear, the A are on the hands. First of all, no, it's not AI. I drew the hands in a clump because the two are now bound by flesh. I wanted to elevate the grossness. That, and I was kind of lazy, and it's hard to see what was going on with the hands from the screenshot. I realized it's not that obvious as it was a decision just kind of went with. Huh. I wonder how much he got paid for this. I wonder. Why didn't anyone pay him? Dude, hey, AI could have made that. AI could have made that for you in 5 seconds, dude. It would be comparatively long amount of time. And since you didn't get paid for it, fuck it. Show me an artist who could make this and have it look better. Are you fucking dumb? Huh. Okay, I didn't write that in my comment to him. Or her, or them. I don't know if I see you. I don't know. I just get the sense that it's male energy, or masculine. Show me an artist who could make this and have it look better. This dude literally is saying that this is literally better than any artist could ever make. This bullshit. This ugly fucking bullshit is better than literally any artist. Show me an artist who could do that. So here's what I wrote. I wrote, any human artist could approach that idea, and execute something that'd be more creative and pleasing to the eye than this AI garbage. I mean, have you ever seen art before? Like, real-ass, human-made art? It's fucking incredible. And widely varies in style and medium. In fact, all that AI art that you love was actually stolen from those same real artists. So if you like the AI garbage, you should love real human-made art. I don't think it should be up to me to show you what artists are out there that exist. I think you've got everything you need to go out and look. It's a typo. Go out and look for artists yourself. They often post here on Reddit. So go ahead, buddy. Expand your horizons. Take a look at art and discover your own favorite artists. Or hell, go ahead and give it a try yourself. There's a lot of free digital art programs. Or you could get a piece of paper and some pencils and try it for yourself. Good luck. Show me an artist that could make it better than this. High art, fine art. It's like he's talking about the fucking Sistine Chapel. All right, so what are we gonna do? This is gonna be kind of maybe a different sort of stream. I don't want to go. Oh, it's been an hour already. All right, I'm gonna take a little break. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna see if me, a bad artist, a beginner artist, a mediocre artist, can do better than the AI. Now, granted, I'm not going to do it faster. And I'm not going to get paid for it. So if you're so fucking capitalist brain rotted that nothing is worth doing if you're not getting paid for it, Well, motherfucker, you should not be watching this stream because this is fucking boring and shit and no one's gonna pay you fuck for it. So you gotta fuck off and get out of here. By the way, I don't know who this Squiggity64 is. Oh, yeah. I don't have... That's actually good. I don't have my comments, my chat on the screen. Because it says, my brother is an ICE agent who makes beautiful AI art. Is he valid? I don't know if that's a joke. It didn't seem like a joke. But I don't care what someone does. If they're an ICE agent, they're not valid. What do you mean valid? Is he valid? I don't know. Maybe if he fucking quits his job, could get validated. But I'm not validating anyone. I'm not declaring anyone valid. Sorry. Sorry. Okay, I'm gonna take a little B room break. All right, and then we'll come back and we'll see what a bad artist can do. All right, what could a bad artist do? Mediocre, beginner artist, no skills. Can we make something better than this? Now, one problem I'm having is that I don't think a thoughtful artist would make this. The joke is shit. It's a shit joke. Because it doesn't make sense. It's one of those jokes that like makes sense immediately when you hear it and you laugh and then you think, wait a minute, that doesn't fucking make any sense when you think about it. So I don't think an artist would make this joke. This joke doesn't even need visuals. There. I mean, it's literally improved. You ever seen The Onion? Sometimes The Onion throws a picture to kind of punch up the joke. But, you know, a lot of times it doesn't really need that. Fun getaway with murderous dictator. Just what exhausted Trump has been needing. Alright, just got a little standard picture of the two of those guys together. Mother's livelihood gone before its time, family says. All right. Trump Epstein photo. Classic. Okay, so we'll take this one. So with this, this would be like a photo. Let's make this look like a Polaroid picture. Looking like a, shake it like a Polaroid picture. So we're just gonna put like a white background. There we go. So we got a Polaroid here, and then we need like a manila file folder looking thing. So let's just pick a color that's kind of yellow, dark yellowish. Yellowish orangish kind of thing. Let's make our squares filled, but with no outline. Something like that. And then they're going to have that little tab up here, right? Maybe kind of... Yeah, there we go. We got the file, and then we'll attach it. Kind of skew it a little bit, and then we'll draw like a little paper clip. Let's put a little silver paper clip. Like that. So how do you make it look silver? Silver, I guess you just add a little white to it. So it's kind of bluish gray. And then on some of those lines, just get some white dots, maybe on the kind of corners. Oh shit, you're not even looking at what I'm doing. Fuck. All right. So just drawing a file here. So the top of the file, actually, let's just double it. And then in between, we just need some kind of paper-ish peeking out, right? It's a little too dark. And then we'll put some kind of dark, little bit slightly darker, couple lines through it. That kind of shows that it's multiple pieces of paper. And then I've got this copy there. All right. And then we need a little label. Little label right here. And I'll say I'm going to put that on a separate layer. Okay. IE or EI? EI. All right. Epstein J. And the picture of the Trump. We also need should say like top secret or something, right? I want like a kind of a stencil look. So I'm pulling up the. I'm pulling up my what's it called? My text box thing, and I'm looking through my fonts. I think I have something that kind of looks like that stamp or stencil sort of vibe. Let me just do some impact font. Okay, yeah, it's literally called stencil. Here we go. There we go. Top secret. Let's have that kind of obscured a little bit by the photo here. And then as because it should kind of look like it's stamped on. I'm going to convert that to a paint layer. We'll drag it down here, but it should kind of have like a faint red outline. That came from the stamp, right? Oops. Let's make it like with a pencil. And then what we'll do is we'll just kind of like erase some of it. All right. So, looks like Epstein files, right? I'm going to group all that into one. We'll leave it because how... Okay, now the other thing is someone's going to be wearing... How does someone wear the Epstein files? Here's what I'll do. Gonna make a copy of the group. I'm going to hide the original group under the background. I'm going to mix down this one so it's a single flat image. So when I think of someone wearing a file, as in documents, they're wearing it kind of like a sandwich board. Instead of wearing, what about if it's just hiding behind? Hiding behind the Epstein files makes way more sense than wearing the Epstein files. So if you're wearing them, how are they even supposed to know what they are? Right? Like, what? Why would they look at all those pieces of paper and think, oh, those are the Epstein files. We can't see those, guys. All right. How about their hands are kind of coming out this way? And then above, we'll make another layer. All right. Now, the expression in the face is also an important part of this. The fuck? Wrong layer, dude. Drawn on the wrong fucking layer, dude. All right, we're making little feet. You think hands are hard? Try drawing feet. I guess they aren't quite as hard as hands. All right, let's see what we can do about the face. All right. Adjust that a little bit. I'm gonna apply the same filter to this so the hands look the same. Wait, there's the hands. Kind of looking up too much. So this is what takes a while, is getting eye lines right. There we go. Pupils are slightly more ovaled. It gives that side eye look. And then a little dot for the glint. Put it over there. All right. Actually, let's flatten that. Flatten that. we've got part of it. There's the migrant wearing the Epstein files to hide from the administration. So, how do we depict an ICE agent? So, first idea I had was he's got one of those guns with a flashlight on it. Right? So, like, that's the gun with that stupid fucking banana clip. Because, God, if they don't have, like, 30 bullets at a time, and none of the other 17 cops runs out of their bullets, then I guess the bad guys will win. Alright. So he's got the flashlight. Maybe we could do something to make the light kind of like... kind of make a spotlight on him, right? Okay, that'll be on a different layer, and because we're just gonna give it some kind of like overlay thing. Right, so the ICE agent is pointing his gun with the flashlight right on the guy with the top secret Epstein files. And we'll have him kind of like looking back the other way, as if he's calling back to his partners, saying, "Nope, nothing over here. Just keep looking." Right, and so we can do a cool thing with this is we can actually darken this, but the light thing is on overlay, so it will kind of illuminate, like wherever we point this at will light up the picture there. Right? Clever migrant wears the Epstein files to hide from Trump administration. All right, this is going to be the really hard part. It's drawing this ICE agent. All right, let's see. Because they're holding like this, right? They have one holding this way, one holding this way, and he's going like, ba 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 ba. Okay, so what are they wearing? Just wearing their like shitty blue whatever. So this is the arm closest. All right, there we go. That's the body. Actually, the pants should be blue. Those are the legs. And they got their like kind of flak jacket. Let's make this actually. Let's make it kind of like red. And then we'll try to make it flannel by putting the streaks of blue in it like that. Show me one artist that could make this better. All right, so now I want this, but in front of the gun. Move it back here. Like that. And let's kind of smush it back over. And let's give it a little extra saturation and brightness. Not too much. Just enough to give it a little bit of depth so it kind of looks like it's a little closer to us. And I might even go the opposite on the other side and give this a little darker. Right, so then it kind of looks like that arm is in front of the gun and that arm's behind the gun. And obviously the legs are not quite right. Let's revisit those legs. I need the flak jacket. Okay, I see. So he's kind of, his legs are still to the side and he's turning. We have like this foot back here maybe? Just gonna have some brown boots. Fucking huge. They look huge on him. All right. That's good enough. Now, the face and head. Ooh, and like a shitty baseball cap on, too. Fucking backwards baseball cap. Because these guys are like douchebags. All right, Maybe we could make him a little closer. All right, what do you think so far? I guess. Let's maybe just lower that arm just a bit so we could see a little more of that ice. And take that, take it down. All right. So now we kind of need to put them in a dark room. He's going to kind of be in an open door. Like an open doorway. Like they're going door to door. He opens up the door. He sees the top secret files. And he says, nothing in here. Let's keep going. So our background. Did you ever... Background. Round. R-O-U-N-D. I don't know if I consciously thought of it was background. But that's how I say it. Even though it's actually background. It is the ground, which is back, right? It's not back round, it's background. But we don't say background, we say background. That G just gets lost in the sauce, man. Lost in the motherfucking sauce. Okay, this is terrible. I don't know how I'm doing this room. I need a fucking... I need an edge. I need a border. What color is shit? Should it be a blue? I guess it should just be kind of on the same reddish. Let's try this. Hmm. You just like add a little window with the blinds or something. And then this should be a door. I guess. I don't know how I'd do the door here. I guess like that. But the door is open. Or should be. And he just calls out. Oh, maybe the way I depict the door is just by the shadow of the door. Or the light coming through the door. Right? So like there would just kind of be this. So you know that that's the door. And then just erase it right there. All right, it's getting there. It's getting there. Let's give this a background. Let's crop this a little more. Let's clock our time. How much time has it been? Okay. It's about 41 minutes. Oh, I need the caption or the speech bubble. What's it gonna say? All right. He's going to say nothing in here dot dot dot. Let's keep looking, let's keep going, let's keep moving, let's keep moving. Right? And obviously he's gotta see the guy, right? I think he sees him. All right. Let's save it. Call it shitpost rage bait. Let's export a PNG. Oh, fuck it. Let's do a JPEG of shitpost rage bait. All right, and let's compare. Let's compare it to the original. Which is better? You decide. Kind of thinking mine is a little better. I'm not going to post this to the subreddit, but maybe I should just post it to the subreddit. They love it so goddamn much. Because everyone's like, oh, dude, the message is so worth it. Right? They're like, oh, the message, this is such an important message. So what if I spread that message? What was the title of that post? Oh, geez. Should I make the... Should I make a parody of the title? Should I do the same title? Epstein files are fucking invisible. Okay, so you have to... Everything has to have the word fuck in it. So we'll say the fucking Epstein files are invisible. Body of the text. I don't actually agree that this is a great meme or joke. It's nonsensical and kind of makes light of the terror, of the real terror experienced by people of color today. However, I wanted to prove that a bad artist could make it better than AI. Here's my attempt. All right. Well, we'll see how it performs. That's going to be the end of the stream. Thanks for watching. I hope you didn't.